Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Season 4, Episode 12, The Terror of Dregg. The Evil of Dregg, sorry. I don't know why I said terror. But a fun episode. I think Armagon, again, Armagon just doesn't stop. They put him in like every other episode for the past couple of episodes. And I don't mind that. I actually like Armagon. He didn't have as big of a role, which I'm actually happy about because, especially with the title. Dregg played a pretty important piece of the puzzle. And even with his name in the title, I feel like he didn't do as much as I thought he would. He was kind of more like the main reason everything happened. And they went, of course, they went to like his home planet and his system and stuff. But even with that, it was like they fought each other. I felt more than they fought the turtles actually, and it was more of like the bug drones that fought the turtles more than either Armagon or Dregg did. But I still enjoyed what actually got out of the two of them. Definitely a Raph-centric episode, which I was totally fine with. Mona Lisa comes back. Just like with April, I was like, this seems really suspicious, just the way Mona was acting and stuff. I was like, this seems a little weird. And then, of course, it ends up being a trap where Dregg wants them to turn into the turtles so that basically she can save her dad. Or the commander. I believe that's her dad. I can't really remember their exact relationship, but pretty sure that's her dad. If not, the commander. And, they do that, of course, and as soon as Raph finds out that he was betrayed by the woman that he has feelings for, he was kind of down for pretty much the whole episode. And the rest of the guys had to fight. Donnie got stung in the face early on, which I knew would happen. As soon as that bee, flew basically right at his face, I was like, he got stung, so he's out. But they end up curing him fairly easily. He also gets a kiss from April, which we haven't seen in a while, which is why I thought that was noteworthy, because it hasn't happened in quite a long time. I don't think they've even done the hug in a while, and if they have done it recently, as far as episodes wise, it's been a long time since one of those episodes is shown. So that was just a random thing I thought was noteworthy. But I like what they did with the action. I thought it was pretty cool. The turtles go in, they have a cool fight scene, they all end up getting captured. Casey has a pretty cool idea to break them all out by using his little masher, electric masher, and it shatters the whole thing. So I thought that was actually a really cool moment for Casey, where he was able to actually bust them all out, and then they have their fight scene. Then they all get defeated again because Raph isn't kind of throwing his weight in, and they kind of get tossed into the alien Turtles version of the Sarlacc pit from Return of the Jedi, which I thought was pretty cool. And so they go in, then they're fighting this crazy robot scorpion, which I also thought was pretty sweet. And it was fun. They fight inside this thing. Of course, they end up surviving. Mona Lisa decides, after everything that's happened, it was just too much seeing what she'd done to Raph, so she decides to go up against Dregg, which they don't show it, but basically his whole thing was like, oh, you guys turned on me, I guess I'm blowing up your planet. And that was kind of his whole thing to begin with. But they don't actually show it, but I feel like that was inevitable because, when we first see their planet, he's like, oh, don't kind of get too jumpy with my armada, directly over your entire planet. And, of course they fight against him and stuff, so they don't do it in this episode, but their planet has to be gone. It kind of ends on a happy note because, Raph forgives Mona Lisa and they're about to kiss. But I'm pretty sure their planet is completely gone, regardless of whether or not they won that fight. His armada is still, surrounding their planet. I think all their people are dead now. But who knows? We might see how that plays out. But the action I thought was really good. I really, the in-fight scene where Raph realizes that Mona Lisa loves him, he gets amped up. They don't have to sacrifice themselves, because I thought for sure during that moment they take off, and it's like, well, they can't, they aren't going to kill them off, especially Mona Lisa, who's a big character from the comics. She's only been in a couple episodes, they won't kill her. And then when she got stabbed in the back, I was like, I still kind of doubt it. I was really hoping once that happened, because, once the turtles kind of joined in, I was like, okay, there is no possibility of her dying, that she gets hit in the back. But fortunately she does survive and everything's fine. But that action scene was really good. It was also kind of funny, and Raph just going nuts on all the I guess bug bots, really, that's what they are. And he's just ripping them apart and stuff, and I just thought that was pretty entertaining. He actually knocks Dregg's head off, which really surprised me. I had no idea he was a robot as well, so that caught me off guard. And I thought there would be some dialogue about that, like, oh, he's a robot too, not just his drones. He's actually a robot. But I guess that kind of makes sense because it would be kind of weird if he controlled a hive mind, but he was like fully like an actual creature and they were all robots. I guess it makes sense that that's how he controls them because they'd have to at least somehow be the same thing. But I just figured, it's turtles. I mean, they're taught the main characters are talking martial arts, turtles. So didn't think it was too much of a stretch for the alien creature to somehow have tech to control all the robot drones. So I was surprised that he was a robot. Also, I noticed a lot when he's sitting in his chair, which was also kind of creepy. This is definitely not the episode for people who don't like bugs, but his chair like actually had mandibles that moved and stuff, or they weren't. I don't think mandibles are like the pincers, but just like their legs actually moved and stuff. I thought that was pretty interesting, and I was really noticing like the anatomy that they made for his character, where like you can see all the little bugs inside his body swimming around, but I never noticed there are like eyes inside of his chest, and there's one like actually like basically right at his crotch, just like an eyeball. But he has like eyes on the inside of his body that actually blink, and I never noticed that before until I saw this episode when he was just sitting in the chair, and I was just looking, and I like caught a glimpse of it. I was like, did that eye just blink? Like, is that a blinking eye? And it blinked again. So I thought that was cool. Something I just had noticed before, that he actually has not just the bugs, because I noticed the little bugs like kind of swimming around in his body. I'd seen those before, but like the blinking eye thing I thought was actually really cool. So that kind of caught me off guard, but I really loved it in this one. The action was good. Of course, the comedy was good. Not as much comedy in this one. It was actually a fairly serious episode, really, but certainly enjoyable. They actually give a hint as to what they're gonna do later in the season once they get the black hole generator together, because Nani says we don't have parts to repair, or we don't have fuel, or it was either parts or fuel to repair the time jump, or the time jump, whatever. I think he just called it the time jump, and that basically says what they're gonna do. They're gonna jump forward in time, and I guess their plan is to destroy it and then just jump forward to the right time, which I still don't think is going to work the way they want it to. They might have to jump backwards in time again or something crazy like that. But they actually talk about it. It wasn't just, we're going to do this and that's it. They can jump back and forward through time, which makes perfect sense, but it's still the question of, just the timeline in general. If they stop the Earth from being destroyed, how is that going to play out? So it's still a bit of a question, but they at least kind of reference the fact that their plan, their actual plan is to jump forward in time again once they destroy the black hole generator. So I thought that was cool. It was a nice nod to what they're actually going to do, because that was kind of a big thing where they talk nothing about their end game. It was just destroy this and then that's it. So this was kind of like, once we do destroy the pieces, we'll jump forward in time, and I guess there would still be two sets of turtles. So I don't know. Like, we'll just have to wait and see, I guess, how they choose to do time travel, because it's all theoretical. So technically, however they want to do it is right, I guess. So I was glad to hear that, just as at least as a little nod as to kind of an idea of where they're going with kind of the end game for the season. But certainly an enjoyable episode. Looking forward to the next one. Of course, definitely want to know what you guys thought about this one. So please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. And because of the way they kind of left it ambiguous a little bit with Mona Lisa's people and just all of them possibly being destroyed, I definitely want to know if you guys would be interested in seeing an episode where the turtles, as well as Mona Lisa and the commander, have to actually save the planet. I don't know how they do that because the Armada's already there, but I definitely would like to know if you guys would be interested in seeing an episode where they all have to save the planet. I think that would be fun, because I would love to see Mona Lisa's people. I forgot their actual species. It's not just salamanders. But I would love to see their species fight, because they're really cool when they fight. They're very strong. Plus, I love their weapons. Like, their blades look really cool, especially Mona Lisa's, like, the blue blade. Hers looks really awesome to me. So I would love to see, like, a crazy all-out war sort of thing between the turtles and Mona Lisa's people, as well as Dregg's army. But I definitely want to know if you guys would be interested in seeing that. I highly doubt that'll be the next episode because I feel like they're just gonna leave it and we won't know anything about it. We might learn something about it, closer to the end of the season. But I think for now, it's just like, yeah, it happened, but meh. And it's we aren't gonna learn if they blew up their entire species. But we'll have to wait and see. Maybe they will touch on them in the next episode. I just don't feel like they will because they kind of ended it the normal way. It could have easily ended like we have to find some way to stop him from destroying the planet, and then it ends on like a cliffhanger. But it was like, no, resolved. They're kissing. Story over. So I doubt that's what we're gonna get, but I just want to know if you guys would be interested in that. I definitely would because I'd love to see that crazy war. But like I said, I want to know what you guys would think about that, and of course, what you guys thought about this episode in general. So please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.